Spiritual practice can help us manage time, information, and energy you talked about earlier.
It definitely helps you to manage energy, isn't it? Definitely it does. Information, to manage your information properly or not to succumb to the tendencies caused by the information, of the past information, energy is a very important part. The old rut has formed. If you want to get out of it, you need some energy. If you don't have enough power, you can't get out of it. It will take you in the same rut. So if you generate sufficient energy, you can also handle the tendencies caused by the old information. The karma can be broken only if you have the needed energy. So these two things, it definitely serves. Above all, once your energies are in a certain way, what somebody does in 24 hours, you may do it in 6 hours. Or what you do in 24 hours, somebody may do it in 3 days, which is a fact for us. So all three things are being managed in a certain way. But specifically about time, if we want to have a grasp of time, then we would need a sadhana which is of a different nature. If you want to have mastery over time, there's a completely different kind of sadhana. This gives you some, but mainly it's focused towards handling the karmic information and the energy. If one wants to have mastery over time, it needs a different approach. If you have to go that way, either you must have an enormous understanding of various aspects of life, it'll become extremely scientific, or you must be simply willing to listen. If you have either one of these qualities, it's possible. The first one that I said, an enormous understanding, that will not happen in a short time. That cannot happen in a short time. It takes a lot. It will take lifetimes for people to understand how it actually happens. What is time? I know science has some explanations for time. It's fine, they've taken a few steps, but it's nowhere near the ultimate reality of what is time. So, I would say, going into that such sadhana right now limits itself to only those people who will simply listen. If I tell them, jump into your well, they will jump. Not an open well, tube well. Yes. If I say, jump into your tube well, they will squeeze themselves and go into the tube well. If they are like that, we can do kala-related sadhana. You have heard of Kirtimukha? Every temple is adorned with the image of Kirtimukha. When Shiva said simply, you eat yourself up. He said, I'm hungry. He said, you eat yourself up. He simply ate himself up. Only his face, mouth and hands were left. Everything else he ate himself up. So, Shiva said, you are a glorious face. You are above all gods. So, every temple has the face of Kirtimukha, where hands are into the mouth, everything, the body is gone, he ate it up. His own body, he ate it up, because Shiva said so. No reason, no sense, but simply ate it up. So he rose above all gods. What is being said is that he rose above time and space and everything. He is above gods means he is risen beyond all these dimensions. Because even gods are subject to some of these realities. He is above all that.
Today, when we have a lot of opportunities available to us, the multitude of choices that we have almost paralyzes us because we have a limited amount of time. How do we choose? How do we go about choosing what do we want to pursue?
So, about making choices, probably you're talking about professional and other kinds of choices, right? Is that what you mean? See, there are different ways to look at this. Today, unfortunately, they were asking me, till now, whatever this number of universities you covered, did you get the kind of questions that you want? I didn't want any kind of questions in particular, but I wanted every kind of question that's possible. But what I'm seeing is, very few questions have come asking with concern for the larger world, for the humanity, for the life on this planet, for the nation, for things like that. Very few have come, very small percentage. Rest are all about personal stuff. I'm not saying it's not important, but I'm surprised that young people are not thinking of larger situations in the nation and in the world. Having said that, see, there are two ways to approach your life. Either I want to do what I want to do, but you must understand what you want to do is just a thought that you generated and it's not even yours, it's something that you pick up from around you. Well, there may be certain aptitude. Well, people were asking me, some news channel is asking me, Sadhguru, why don't you… are you standing for election this time, 2019, are you standing for election? I said, I have no such intention. Okay, next election at least are you standing? I said, no, but why? I said, that's not my competence. I don't think I'll make a good politician. If I thought, maybe I would have thought about it. So one is aptitude. Do you have a certain aptitude towards a certain action? So are you thinking in that direction? Or a whole lot of people today are deciding what to do depending upon what they will get out of it. What will I get? Will I get this kind of lifestyle? Will I get this kind of salary? Will I make this kind of money and lifestyle? This is what they're thinking of. This is a wrong way to approach, because you will have everything and you will have nothing in the end with life. The important thing is this. See, if you make yourself… first of all, you must do this, you must not be driven by your anxieties, your frustrations, your concerns. You must take… when this question becomes a serious question in your life, you must take off at least 3 to 10 days, let's say, depending upon who you are. Some people may need 3 days, somebody may need more time, let's say maximum 3 to 10 days range. And not to be influenced by your peers, switch off the phone, not to be influenced by your professors, not to be influenced by your parents or the social pressures. Spend some time with yourself and see. I'm asking you a simple question. Are you a precious life? Your life, is it precious to you? Hello? If it's precious to you, what are you going to invest this precious life into? Is something that must concern you, isn't it? You must not do something because he's doing it, you must not do something because he's not doing it. This is not the way to decide things. You're investing your life, if this life is precious, you must see what is it that really matters to you. And you must do that. It doesn't matter, it pays, it doesn't pay, but believe me, if your heart is not in something, really, you will not do your best. Yes or no? If you don't do your best, how will great things happen to you? See, whether it is art, music, design, business, sport, spirituality, politics, it doesn't matter what it is. If you are not absolutely devoted to what you're doing, you will never do anything significant in your life, that's for 100%, I'm telling you. You may earn a living, but you will not do anything significant if you are not totally devoted to something. See, right now there are many examples, because they gave him a Bharat Ratna, I'm choosing him. Let's say Sachin Tendulkar. This man knows nothing except hitting a ball. He gets so devoted to hitting a ball, hitting a ball, hitting a ball, hitting a ball, and he hits it like nobody. Now he is Bharat Ratna. Yes or no? It is just devotion. You must talk to him and see privately. He's like, you talk about the ball, he's so devoted to it, okay? It's his religion, it's his sacred stuff, it is everything to him, hitting that ball. His entire life he invests in one simple act, hitting a ball. Is it a big thing? But hitting a ball because of enormous devotion, just see what happens. Tremendous things happen, isn't it? So, the question is not about what you want to do. The question is just this: can you be devoted to this? Let's say you think in terms of today, if I invest my life, next 25 years, can I be devoted to what I'm doing right now? Will this matter to me? Will I feel fulfilled if I look back and see what I've done? Something. You do whatever the hell you want, just do it well, that's important. And don't do any damn thing that you will be ashamed of doing tomorrow, isn't it? What other people say doesn't matter, but you should not be ashamed of what you have done, isn't it so? Hello? This much you must keep, this much pride and freedom you must keep in your life. It doesn't matter, the whole world says you're wrong, but you are not ashamed of what you have done. That much you must always keep in your life. If that one thing, if you give up, I'm telling you, you'll live a very poor life. You may have everything, but you'll have nothing.
ah